Well, I was going down there in the 50s, towards the second part of the 50s. That's right, and I was about 17, I think. And it was nice there. It was divided up then. There 3 sections. There was the ladies' room, which is on the extreme. Well, if you're facing the stage, it was on the extreme left. And then there was another bar, and then there was the main bar, which was full of queers. And the middle bar, I think, was mixed with straights, but the women's bar was separate. The ladies' bar, they called it. And yeah, I used to go down there and see Rodgers and Starr and people like that. It was good. Mrs. Shufflewick. I saw a film of her again recently. She's very funny. She's really good. So, but I used to go down with a boyfriend that I was going out with. We used to go down there together. And there were other gay pubs around there. Cricketers was further down that main street. I suppose it was very exciting, really. It was one of those pubs where you didn't quite know who was gay and who wasn't. There was nothing obvious about it. You sort of knew it was mostly gay people, gay men in there. And so occasionally well, they used Polari much more. We all used Polari much more then, because it was quite dangerous if people found out, you know, strangers found out, and because it was totally illegal for, well, another 12 years after that, until we got into our stride and made it legal. And that was when I joined the Gay Lib was 1970, I suppose. So the 60s, I was running around the West End and doing the clubs and so on. I started off, I had a job at the Garrick Theatre as an electrician, and I used to go out afterwards to all the gay pubs and clubs. Like the A&B was there, and the coffee house in the Haymarket. It was a big 50s kind of number with glass, you know, plastic glass, waterfall all the way down. There was a huge room, and it had seats all round. And then there were other gay clubs too in Panton Street. The Carousel was there. Yeah, what drew me was the fact that I knew there was other queers there, and that, you know, I could meet someone perhaps and misbehave. If you're looking at the stage where it is now, all the drag act was like on that little stage, and there was a counter that came out into the audience and went round in a horseshoe, and the queens used to run around on the counter, and you had to get your beer off quickly, otherwise you'd get soaked. So that was kind of a big jokey thing that they did. Geographically, that's where the gays were, on that slice, as it were. Then, as I say, there was another bar, and the women's bar was in the corner where the men's loo is now, you know. But it was good fun. It was a good feeling of the spirit was good, you know. And the great thing about that, of course, is that you all felt, because it was illegal, you were in a kind of secret club, and that was very exciting, as well as being, well, in the long run, kind of awful in a way, but we quite enjoyed it, quite enjoyed being in the secret club. Now all the barricades are gone anyway, it's all one space. Personally, I think it's much better. And it's a very warm, jolly crowd, I think. Up on the stage, you have to keep control. You know, you don't want some drunk trying to mess you up, as I had on Saturday. You know, and I had to really clean him. Shut your fucking trap or get out. You know, I'll have you bounced. And of course you've got bouncers there, so they could do that if necessary. But in the old days, of course, you felt instinctively that you were wrong. You were in the wrong. Well, all that feeling's gone now. It's just gone. And that's the big difference. And people seem to like the atmosphere very well. They feel very happy there. I got a very strong sense of that on Saturday. And also now, strangely enough, other people have said that bar is getting much more mixed. Heterosexual women coming in and enjoying themselves a lot, you know, and men, but you notice it's not all gay men anymore as it used to be when I was young. But the gay pubs always had a great feeling for me. I just loved them. Funnily enough, I was very lucky when I was young. I just didn't seem to get involved in the police at all. I mean, you knew, of course, that you had to keep quiet about it and stuff and be careful where you went and who you spoke to. But that became part of the game, you see. To me, it was a game. It wasn't a deeply oppressive thing. Mind you, it was if you got nicked. That it was horrible. I mean, there were people that I met who were in the gay lib later who had been, you know, arrested for going with someone under 21. But also it was illegal for anybody. But I mean, a lot of us, especially the young ones, I suppose I was quite young and pretty, and I never thought about that stuff because I never got caught. I nearly got caught on Hampstead Heath once. I was getting fucked silly by this guy against a tree, and I turned out there was a fucking policeman on a horse coming. I said to him, hurry up, finish. We had to run off, clasping our knickers into the bushes and not get caught. But that was the only thing I remember, really.